Will, what was working for you out there tonight?
Yeah, just being on attack. Coach Christie was calling the pitches, Josh behind the plate, just a lot of trust in them, and then the defense made great plays behind me, so just kind of fill it up, let the defense do what they can do.
Does that compare to any other point in your baseball career when you've been that locked in, gone that far into a game?
I've done it a couple times, but not as special as this one.
No big deal.
Like the spacious field, there was something here at Charles Schwab, but I mean, you've been up 300 runs in 18 innings here.
Yeah, I mean, big ball yard, wind's usually blowing in, just attack the strike zone, make them earn everything. You don't want to give them free bases by walking or hitting guys, so just fill it up and let them earn all the runs.
Max, first guy in the country to 100 hits this season. Can you talk about your season as a whole, I guess, at the plate, and what was working for you specifically tonight?
Yeah, kind of this night was kind of what I've been doing all year, just being relaxed at the plate, knowing that I got guys all around the lineup around me that I know are going to do their job, and as long as I'm doing my part, I can trust them and they're trusting me. So just as a group, it helps when you got the guys that are in our lineup.
Can you kind of take us through your 2 at-bats that you had?
Yeah, I haven't had the power numbers I've liked to had this year that I've had in the past, so I'm doing my best to just keep the offense going and do my best to find a barrel, find a hole, get the guys at the top of the order some at-bats that drive in the big runs at the game.
Can you guys just speak to the last 24 hours and how you process what happened last night and then move on from that the way that you did today?
Yeah, baseball is a game of, like, you're going to fail 7 out of 10 times and you're going to be a Hall of Famer. So, I mean, we've all been through it growing up. You had to play games at 8 in the morning all the way till night, and you might lose all 3 of those games, and you had to come back the next day and play at 8 a.m. again. So it was nothing new to all of us, and we knew that when the sun comes up, it's a new day, and it's the only day we had guaranteed today. So we figured might as well give it everything we have.
Well, can you touch on the defense behind you a little bit tonight? The catch Bryce made in the 4th inning sticks out, and then I think Gabe in the Swanson had another one in the 6th. Can you just talk about the defensive effort?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce, he tracks down those balls like no other shortstop I've seen, and just another great play by Bryce out there. And then Gabe, ball at the wall. He didn't know if it was leaving, if it was going to maybe hit the wall, and he just stuck his nose on and went and go caught it.
No, probably not a moment to reflect too much, Will, but just with all you've been through injury-wise the last couple of weeks, is a night like tonight kind of make a lot of that worth it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these coaches have had so much patience with me. Jerry Weber spent a lot of time in the training room with me, and just proving those guys right, just spending their time with me, being patient with me, just showing those guys that it was worth it.
Anything else for players?
Well, how much did just know that you're playing to keep the season alive just factor into the performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, after a tough loss last night, we really just had 2 ways to respond. We could have been sad about last night's loss, or we could have came out on attack, ready to go beat somebody, and I feel like that's just the mentality we had as a group, was just go out there and attack and go win a ball game.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Way to go. Somebody's phone.
Questions for Coach? Coach, you said your team was resilient last night. Seems like you probably proved that today. What does a win like this say about your group?
Yeah, baseball's, you got new opportunities almost every day, and you play 3-game series throughout the entire year, so you're going to have losses, on weekends where you've got to bounce back. You got a chance to win. A game to win a series or sweep a series, or it's just you've got to try to stay as consistent as you can. And we've shown some resiliency as a club. And again, I think Will said it best to me. It's like everybody wants to know how you're going to come back, how you're ever going to bounce back from a tough loss. It's can't be sad about it. I mean, I guess that's the best way you can put it. If you're going to be it's going to hurt for a night, but you're not going to show up the next day, down in the dumps because you lost a game. I mean, that's just not the way that baseball works. And if you do that, it's going to be a short stay in the tournament. And these guys are here to win. They're here to try to win a championship. And so, I had no doubt that we were going to show up, and compete tonight. And I think we did exactly that.
Realistically, what were you expecting from Will just in terms of length and how far he could go.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the matchup. I really did. They're a really, really good offensive club, and they're very left-handed. But if you look at their numbers and their splits, they actually hit lefties better than they hit righties. But I thought the matchup was good from the standpoint of him being able to throw the left-on-left changeup, which it's something you don't see all the time. They handle the left-handed breaking ball really well, but he kept him off balance with that changeup. And for Will, we've seen it with him. His best outings, he's always a strike thrower. Like, he's always going to throw the ball over the plate. He gets himself in trouble when he gets behind in the count and has to throw the ball to the middle of the plate. And tonight he threw strike one. I don't know what the percentage ended up being, but seemed like he was ahead of every hitter. So to answer your question, I didn't. I thought he had a chance to give us some length in this game, and I was going to give him the opportunity to do that. But to think that he's going to give you a complete game, certainly you don't expect that. But he's a guy that when he's rolling, he keeps his pitch count down because teams just kind of start getting really aggressive on him. And so, yeah, he saved our pen tonight, that's for sure.
I was just going to say, you put that in perspective, too, not just what he did for this, but how this sets you up just in terms of saving some of those arms.
Yeah, and it's you have to have performances like that on the mound to come out of the loser's bracket and have a chance to win the tournament. And again, we've got a long way to go to be thinking about that. But in order to win the tournament from losing a game early, you've got to have performances that save your bullpen. And we've done that at Nebraska. I think we've won 4 conference tournament championships in our history, and 2 of them we've had to come through the loser's bracket. And if you look back in history, you've had to have some of those performances that allows you to set up your guys to be able to come back. Shea was not available to pitch tonight. Hawkins has thrown a bunch. I mean, Perry was going to be able to close tonight if we needed him, but all those guys are going to be back and ready to go tomorrow.
Get Perry up pretty early. Actually, a little bit. What were the conversations in the dugout that you had to decide?
Yeah, I think it was as we were turning the lineup over maybe the 3rd time we had Perry ready just in case, and we really just never got to the point where we needed him, and I don't think he really ever got hot. He was going to truthfully, it was really the 8th and 9th innings, we were going to go hitter to hitter, meaning that if the leadoff hitter had gotten on or if you had an extended at bat and they reached base, we were probably going to go to the bullpen. But he never made us make that move.
Columbus's second big hit tonight. How complete was that?
Yeah, the 1-0, the 2-0 lead felt like a little bit more than 2 runs there with how that game was going. So those 2 out RBIs are obviously always huge.
Can you talk about the Burnham swing? You've been 0 for 11 with 4 strikeouts before that triple.
Yeah, Bernie has had some tough luck. I mean, he's had some, tough at bats, but he's also had some balls. He's hit them right on the screws. He's lined out. I want to say in the last 2 weeks he's probably lined out 4 or 5 times with runners in scoring position that just that one ball would have maybe changed a game or extended a lead. And so, we kind of joke around about, certain things you need to do to try to change your luck. And he was owed that one tonight, I guess you could say, by the baseball gods for that one. And he put the ball in play with 2 strikes. I mean, that just goes to show if you just move the ball, then you got a shot.
You can say some rally stools in the dugout.
Not sure. I think it was the rally must have started before the game because I think they were stacked up before the game, and I didn't ask any questions. At this point, you just go with it.
Speak a little bit to some of the offensive struggles in the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
Kind of an approach similar to last
Yeah.
game that saw resurface.
Yeah.
That was what was going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he kept us off balance with that changeup, and we were in front of the changeup, behind the fastball, caught in between a little bit, a lot of balls off the end of the bat. There's something we got to get corrected tomorrow for sure.
Anything else, Coach? Awesome, thank you.
Yep.